mentioned there that you sort of get the criticism of this fight in your age and stuff. Does part of you appreciate that? Appreciate the support from fans where they want to show their concern for you?
Well, that's what life is really about. I'm telling you, what would the world be if you ain't had nobody to push you on? All my whole life, I was told that you can't do it. You can do it. I'm telling you, it's not like I came up with the idea to be the heavyweight champion of the world. Somebody else told me I could be the heavyweight champion of the world. I'm telling you, when I was 8 years old, I said, I looked at the man and said, I'm only 8 years old. He said, you won't always be 8. And I thought about it. Next week I was going to be 9. So I believed it. And so he said, what do you think? I told him I had to ask my mom.
How much of this boxing return was based on you versus Mike Tyson? And how much was it to just fulfill a desire to get back in the ring?
Well, it was like you said, somebody seen Mike doing something, and somebody seen me doing something on the beach, and it was just a thought. Somebody said, well, what would happen? They get back in the ring, and like this, and so with me, we started talking about it. Then, of course, when I started talking about it, I started let me do more than hitting the bag. Let me start jumping rope. Let me get myself into shape. So I don't know how fast they may want to do this. So my whole thing, I always like to be prepared for what I could do. And the point, can I do it? I'm jumping rope, and I'm just shot about it. I'm not going to spar with nobody because it ain't a proving that I'm going to do it. Because if I can't do this to my satisfaction, to feel good about myself, then I ain't embarrassing myself in front of nobody when I already retired. I already did.
So speaking of that preparation, how exactly are you feeling? Do you feel confident in getting into the ring and boxing to the best of your abilities? Do you feel, I need to shake some rust off? How are you feeling going into a fight?
Well, I feel good now. It's been 2 years. So it's been 2 years since I was like this. It's like, I've probably been hesitant. If y'all would have asked me a lot earlier, after 2 years, I'm like, oh man, I actually feel good.
How would you compare this fight week to others in the past? I mean, it's been a little over a decade since you've done this, but are you getting those like old-fashioned feelings again? It's fight week. Does it feel similar? Does it feel different than the past?
Well, actually, it felt good. Which is the point of the matter, when they talk about Good Morning America, I know I hadn't did that in so doggone long. I said, look, what? Good Morning America? I'm saying, but it didn't get me away from understanding who I am. And, but it was all about publicity to get people to come. You had to put the guy out there who gonna bring the people.
So this fight right now, this return, is not about legacy anymore, right?
No.
What is your goal right now?
My goal is to do a good job. That's it. My goal is to do a good job. And when I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do it with all my heart, with all my soul, with all my strength. That's what you're gonna get from me.
When did Vitor Belfort got into radar to actually be like somebody that he could face on boxing?
Well, I don't even know him. I don't even know him. So the fact of the matter is that this thing came about, and I'm like, I'm looking out for my safety. That happens. What is the thing about? It's just boxing. Okay, then one thing I know, I can keep from getting hurt in boxing because I know how to cover up. That's it. I know how to cover up. So that was the art of the game.
He only had one boxing fight in his whole career. He was a knockout artist in MMA. How do you see him as your opponent here?
Well, I don't even think about it because my whole thing, I have to think about what I do. Anytime I get too caught up worry about somebody else. I'm like, I'm liable if something might happen to me. Now, he got to worry about himself, I got to worry about myself. That's it.
So building upon that, Evander, I know there's been a lot of talk about the concerns and everything, but you had your media workout yesterday. You know, people are in this sport, the fans, they're a little judgy, and the concerns were kind of elevated a little bit more. Can you talk about that and sort of the reaction to the workout and how you felt about it?
Well, I don't actually look at that as a workout. I did some of the things that showed me, I can do this, I can do that. I don't know if they thought it was good or bad. And so it really don't make no difference because, the night of the fight, that would count.
We are in a time where, like, boxers are facing YouTubers, we have MMA guys, like, going into the rings. How do you see this new time for boxing?
Well, it's the way people make money. I'm like, if you throw me out $20, $30 million to fight somebody I can win, I said, why not? Why not get that money? It's like, my whole thing is that, is it sometime in your life where that you got so much money you won't get the other, especially if you can do it. But you got to be in shape to be able to do it. I'm saying the whole thing, I kind of feel that in my life, I always took care of myself and all that. And this is an added thing when I talk to the kids. Look, hey, take care of yourself, you know what? As at some point in time, something's going to jump up and you're going to be the only one to be able to do it. I'm saying that's the whole big point of taking care of yourself. I'm saying, what's the point of taking care of yourself and you ain't going to have the advantage over nobody? You're taking care of yourself.
My last question is, you say you don't know Vitor, right? What do you know about him?
Well, I know that he's a tough guy, and I know that I wouldn't get in with him if we had to do the MMA. I wouldn't do that. I seen him kicking people. No, I wouldn't take a chance because I know I am not gonna win. I like winning. I'm saying the art of the game is winning. I'm talking about everybody got specialists. If they play your game, you're supposed to beat them. But you play their game, there's a chance they're gonna beat you too. So but that's what sports is all about. What kind of chance you willing to take to prove that you're the best.
The Tyson fight still on your radar? You can make it happen?
I'm talking if it can happen, the point of the matter, if it can happen, I'm willing to do it, but if not, I'm not gonna lose anything.